12 of Labrynth, Lord Stanley. A team got eliminated last night on Friday, which meant that the St. Louis Blues became the fourth team to lose, with the Minnesota Wild, the Montreal Canadiens, and the Vancouver Canucks. So heading into tonight, there were only 12 teams left in Labrynth to Lord Stanley, with the Penguins and Islanders playing Game 6. You had Boston and Toronto 3-2. You had Washington Rangers 3-2. And Ducks and Red Wings 3-3. So this would be the fourth game. Would the Islanders become the fifth team to lose in the opening round? That was the question, and Thomas Vokoun 0-5 on the road heading into this game. First period, John Tavares with a wrist shot. Islanders score and they go up 1-0. Sidney Crosby tries to pass the puck later in the first period, but the Islanders intercept Crosby's pass. Next shift, Paul Martin passes the puck to Sidney Crosby. Crosby goes on the breakaway and Nabokov makes the diving save. Jerome McGinley on the rebound and the Penguins score. Heading into the 11 mark of the first period, the Penguins are 7-3 in face-off wins. Kyle Okposo takes a slap shot. It's blocked by Simone Dupre. Evgeny Malkin comes on the ice with a pass. The pass is intercepted by an Islanders defender. Both teams were aggressive in the 9-minute mark of the first period. Earlier in the period, you had the Penguins hitting bodies, then the Islanders started hitting bodies. Evgeny with a slap shot, hoping to get a second goal. This one saved by Nabokov. Another Kyle Okposo shot blocked. The Penguins did a good job blocking Kyle Okposo's shots in the first period, and you saw that continue as the game progressed. 8-4 in shots on goal favoring the Islanders. Both teams kept banging bodies in the first period. Within the 2-minute mark of the first period, you see the Islanders get puck control. Penguins had a chance to score, but the Islanders' defense holds up. Islanders turn the puck over and go on a breakaway. Islanders score and go up 2-1 thanks to Colin McDonald. Islanders outshot the Penguins 12-7 in the first period. 14-13 hits in favor of the Islanders. 11-10 face-offs working in favor of the Pittsburgh Penguins in the first period. So a very even first period, but because the Islanders outshot the Penguins, they gained a 2-1 lead. Second period. Early in the second period, Islanders are constantly putting pressure on Thomas Vokoun. Great puck control to start the second period. And even though the Penguins are playing aggressive, they cannot stop the Islanders' puck control. That was one of the big issues that the Penguins had in the second period of this game. Islanders respond well, even though the Penguins were close to getting a shot on goal. Islanders draw the first power play of the game in the second period. Brendan Morrow gets sent to the penalty box for a boarding penalty. Islanders pressuring Vokoun, and he's playing great in the second period. Islanders continue to dominate on the power play with puck control. Penguins kill the Islanders' power play. Islanders still kept Pittsburgh from getting a shot on goal. It took the Penguins 8 minutes and 26 seconds to get their first shot on goal in the second period. And you're thinking at that point in the second period, the Islanders are up 2-1. New York's going to win this game. We're going to have a Game 7. It's over. And a lot of Pens fans are nervous on the edge of their seat. But that shot on goal gave the Penguins some momentum. But they weren't able to capitalize on the power play. And the Islanders, well, the good news is you killed the penalty. The bad news is Matt Niskanen passes to Joe Vitale, who passes to Pascal Dupuis. Dupuis with a wrist shot, he scores. Dupuis with tremendous offensive awareness and shooting accuracy on the wrist shot. And I think that's something that gets underlooked. Islanders contested the shot, but Vitale with an incredible pass, and Dupuis with the recognition to recognize there's an opening and just takes it. And the game's tied at 2. And Islanders go on another power play, and it looks like the Islanders will score again, but great job by the Penguins hitting Tavares, limiting the shots. Islanders with good puck control late in the second period. Really good puck control, and late in the second period, Thomas Vokoun with an incredible save. Penguins, they put 2 defenders on Josh Bailey. They put Malkin and Crosby on the ice at the same time, and the Penguins get a shot on goal as a result of it. Later, you have Crosby, Iginla, and Kunitz on the ice. Kunitz and Crosby are both near Nabokov. Kunitz breaks free, gets a shot on goal. You think Kunitz may score, but Nabokov makes a critical save in the second period. Vokoun makes a similar save when the Islanders gain possession. Third period, New York Islanders. Michael Grabner scores. Less than 7 minutes left. Josh Bailey shoots the puck. Vokoun makes a save from Mikhail Okposo slap shot. Paul Martin shoots the puck and the Penguins tie the game at 3. Overtime. Brooks Orpik. He scores. The Penguins win 4-3. The Penguins win this series 4-2. The Islanders become the 5th team to get eliminated in the Labrynth to Lord Stanley, which means there are only 11 teams left. And after Sunday or possibly Monday, we will only have 8 teams left. Only 8 teams go on to the semifinals. So, yep. The Eastern Conference and Western Conference semifinals. Only 8 teams proceed, and the 7th seed Ottawa Senators are going to face the 1 seed Pittsburgh Penguins. With the other series 3-2 each, I predicted that we'd get Pittsburgh over Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, with Pittsburgh going to the Stanley Cup. I still think the Chicago Blackhawks are going to win the Cup, but we'll see. One thing I will say, if the Penguins were as sluggish as they were against the Islanders in their next series against the Ottawa Senators, Ottawa will win because Ottawa has a strong penalty-killing unit, and they've got Craig Anderson, who's one of the NHL's best goalies. Pittsburgh has to control the puck, they have to make smart decisions, and they have to play a lot better in their next series against Ottawa. Otherwise, Ottawa might pull off the upset and go to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's unlikely, but you never know. The reason I think the Penguins will win and move on is because Ottawa doesn't have that offensive depth that the Islanders have with Okposo, Matt Moulson, John Tavares on the first line. They don't have that depth on defense. Ottawa's got defensive depth. My concern is they don't have really much offensive firepower, and if you consider Jason Spezza, Daniel Alfredsson, some of those guys' offensive firepower, then fine. Maybe the Senators do have some offensive firepower. But I don't think they had as much offensive firepower as the New York Islanders, and I think that could work to Pittsburgh's advantage. I think this series was a real wake-up call for the Penguins, and we'll see them in the Eastern Conference Finals against Boston, and they'll go to the Stanley Cup. But if it took the Penguins 6 games to beat the Islanders, it's probably going to take them 7 to beat the Ottawa Senators, because Ottawa, their goaltending and penalty killing is that good. And it's a concern to some aspects since the Islanders had a weak PK unit, but they pushed the Penguins to 6 games, and 2 of the Penguins' wins came in overtime against the New York Islanders. But they won 2 road games on the road in overtime, and that gave the Pittsburgh Penguins this series in 6 games. And tomorrow we get a few games. I believe all 3 teams play tomorrow. Ducks, Red Wings, Bruins, Maple Leafs, and we got the final game, which features Rangers, Capitals. So 3 good games tomorrow on tap. I'll have a write-up of this game over at draftutopia.com, as well as a preview of the Penguins-Senators series, so you can make a case for why each team will win. Alright, this is Chris Ransom, Draft Utopia. We're signing off.